Welcome home, neighbors.
Welcome home, neighbors.
Hello, neighbors.
We're listening from
Arizona,
Florida,
Maryland, New York,
New Jersey,
Minneapolis,
California, Utah,
Michigan.
Iowa, Massachusetts,
Georgia,
Canada,
Our home resort is
Animal Kingdom,
Polynesia,
Bay Lake Town,
Old Key West,
Riviera,
Boardwalk,
Alani Resort,
Hilton Head,
Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek,
Grand Floridian,
Saratoga Springs,
Beach Club.
and Wilderness Lodge.
And you're listening to
and you're listening
You're listening
to
my
DVC voice.
Welcome home, neighbors, to episode 85 of the Community Hall Live podcast. My name is Chad, and I am your host tonight. And before we get started in today's show, I want to come back in and do a quick shout out of thank you to our sponsor for tonight's episode, and that would be DVC Resale Market. They are the number one reseller in the world. Nobody sells more than they do. Nobody has more listings than they do. If you are looking to buy or sell a contract, trust the leaders, trust the best. Everybody there is a former Disney Direct guide, which means you can get that same level of Disney service without having to pay the Disney price tag. You'll save a boatload of cash by buying resale. DVCResaleMarket.com. Let them know you heard about them here on the My DVC Points platform. And let's come back in tonight, and we've got a really fun show. So I'm going to welcome back to the show, Sandy and Tomas. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing well. How are you guys? How are you doing?
I just got back from Animal Kingdom, literally right off of Flight of Passage at an hour and 14 minutes before showtime. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Not going to lie.
That's exciting.
We looked down and it said it was a 45-minute wait, which ended up being about 35. And
Nice.
we were like, can't beat this. Let's knock it out. And
Worth it for Flight of Passage.
For sure.
oh, definitely. And let's welcome back to the show our regular as well, Mary Ann.
Hi, guys.
So happy to see you.
Hey.
Thanks so much. It's great to be here tonight.
It's been a while since we've all got together and done a show. I mean, we've been tag teaming and switching off. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And tonight's show, we are going to rank DVC resorts. We're going to give our top 3 resorts for quick service restaurants. And then we're going to give you our bottom 3 resorts for quick service restaurants. So we're going to actually rank the resorts, and because there was some confusion last week when we did this. So anything that is like table service tipped, okay, can be used for justification as to how you're ranking this. Okay. So if it's a snack window, that counts. If it's a actual quick service place where you can go get your food and sit down, that counts, right? If you can go up and place an order from a window and take it away, that counts. So what really doesn't count is where you've got a waitress coming to your table. That would be a table service or character dining, signature, or even fine dining. Okay. So just so that we're clear on this. So we want to come back in and know, what do you guys think? What resort it has your number one best options for quick service? Sandy, you want to lead us off here?
I would. Okay, so I know which one is yours, so I'm going to leave that for you.
Okay.
Because that would also be mine. So I'm going to go with my number 2.
Go ahead. We'll just geek out and collaborate together here.
Okay, so number 1, definitely Olani.
By far.
Like, by far. It's just so great. Like, all of the things that we had on the menu. The fact that you can go up and have, like, the hot meal at the end of the day, like, for dinner, and they have multiple options for it. Like, just, they've done a fantastic job with it. And then, like, all the pool bars offer, takeaway options as
Off
well
the
as
hook.
Yeah.
One of the best bars
good.
out there. Yeah.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Oh, the
The
$1
popcorn?
No, the
Yeah.
free popcorn refills.
free
are good.
popcorn.
Yeah, it's free popcorn. And then this sometimes, I mean, the kids, it was such a nice thing for them to sort of own the process, to be able to say, I got this. I'm going to go back and I'll get the refill and go, and being able to do that. It's nice to give them that time.
They show their little DVC member pool band.
That's it.
Right?
Exactly.
And they
They're
go
so
get that.
excited
Free,
to do
yep.
that.
So,
And like almost everywhere does that too. The Olelu room also did like takeout options after they had closed for the evening, which was great too, so that you could count as well as one. We had like a fabulous mac and cheese like with pulled pork from there, which was really great on our arrival day. And then Shave Ice Like you
Shave
can't go
ice.
wrong. And the Dole Whip and the Dole Whip twist.
And the Dole Whip stand, like you got a Dole Whip stand, okay?
That's
Like
right.
you're going to see a theme here, guys. Okay.
Well, they also did. I mean, they would also do full pizzas by the pie, and if
That's
so
true.
full pies.
That was a good
And every
deal.
once in a while, I actually came across a couple of times where either the person never came to claim it, or there was a mistake, and it was like, all right, free pizza. Who wants a pie?
That's true.
I mean, that's insanely rare to have a restaurant kind of do that. But I mean, what are they going to do? Put it back in the oven? They're not worth taking the chance.
Wasn't there a whole story about how the chef who came up with the recipe for the pizza there was like officially from Chicago?
It's entirely possible, but I don't
Yes.
remember.
One of-
I'm not going to vouch for that.
So
I mean,
Alani's
if
your
it
number
was, they'd be
one.
putting the
Alani's
cheese
my
first.
number one. Tomas, what about you? Is it
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the same. But I'm gonna a very close second. I've had decent stuff at Animal Kingdom.
Tamara?
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, it has. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's for everyday travel, for the food you need to eat, the flatbreads by the pool when you're hanging out and you want to share a little something, a nice little nibble. It's easy to go, works well.
Okay. I have not tried the pool bar there. I'm going to have to
The-
sneak over there, crash it, and get something from
The
pool bar.
falafel was
Yeah, the
well,
falafel's
no,
actually really
the
good.
falafel was actually really good. So a nice decent portion without
Yeah,
being like
that's true.
super greasy, just fries and nuggets kind of thing. So like it's up there, but some of the other stuff it varies. Of course, though, I mean my last experience with it was the Princess Marathon weekend, right? So I mean the delays were crazy. I think the flatbread or the falafel maybe took me 45 minutes or an hour to get or something crazy like that. So maybe
And
I
there
was
was
just
no
so
peanut butter to be
Okay.
had. Like
maybe,
anywhere.
maybe I was so hungry. I was like, oh, I'm loving this. Maybe
Yeah,
hunger
you
took
just burned
over.
off 3,000 calories running. So like,
Maybe that's what was it. But no, it was. I mean, overall, it's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat a lot.
okay. Marianne,
For
what's your
in
number one here?
Well, being the person who's never been to Alani, I can't speak about Alani and how great Alani is.
Okay.
But I think
yeah.
that for me, I'm taking most of the time kids and teenagers who are kind of on the pickier side. They really sometimes I need there to be as some of those plainer options, and Geyser Point almost always fits the bill. Geyser Point has a really great friendly menu for everyone,
Okay.
but yet it's still really great quality.
That bison burger.
So you're going to go Wilderness Lodge then, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
because, I mean, I'm spoiler alert. That's my number. That's my number 3. Okay. Like I'm right there with you on Wilderness Lodge because Roaring Fork is just downright awesome. The chicken and waffles and that almond nut butter with maple butter kind of stuff that goes with it is just absolutely positively delicious. The breakfast pizza there is really good. So
we only had a little bit of food there, but I remember when we saw the menu thinking, oh, we need to come back.
you got mug refills there at both at Geyser Point and at Roaring Fork.
Yep.
So you're not too far unless you're way off on the Boulder Ridge side from a mug refill.
That's true.
Yeah. There's just so much good stuff there. I think
Plus the
Geyser
seating-
Point
I mean,
would
the-
probably win it on its own, but you
Yeah.
add the awesomeness of Roaring Fork
Yes.
to it, and it's top 3 for sure.
And again, it's super family friendly.
Yes.
At no point am I going to have a kid who looks at me and goes, "You want me to eat what?"
And not only that, but it feels fancy when you're there. Is it just me?
Well, they
Like,
have
if you're
bison burger.
Yeah,
Okay.
well,
I'm
not
like,
that, it's just the atmosphere is
But
like
it's
a
nice.
little
The
bit more
seating,
posh.
yeah, the seating outside is super
Yeah.
nice. The environment is
Yeah.
cool. It's got a good attitude, good style. It doesn't feel like a cafeteria.
No. Yeah. And I think that's the benefit to all of our DVC resort quick services is that for the most part, they don't feel like cafeterias. We're one step above the all-star cafeteria or maybe 10 steps above.
yeah,
the
but I
all-star
mean, Ulu
cafeteria.
Cafe at Alani, a little cafeteria. Beach Club has a little cafeteria. Like it's,
Yeah, but
it's-
those don't even feel like cafes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like they don't feel like the buffeteer.
we'll get more into
walk
that when we
down.
get to the worst.
Yeah.
I'll save it for that, right? But okay, so we all know my number one is Alani for Dole Whip, for Shave Ice, for the
Oh,
poo poo platter over at Off the Hook.
Mhm.
he
And
said poo poo.
I know. We didn't
Yeah.
have that. We had the burgers there. They were delicious.
Yeah, everything was so good.
yeah. And then the Ulu Cafe, still
Mhm.
not a bad deal with the popcorn refills. Like, and then you've got the coconut shrimp and the chicken nuggets, and yeah, you have everything you could possibly want there in terms of quick service. Like, it's
I also love the fact at Olani that they'll bring it to your chair by the pool, which is kind of like
Hold on. You can't say that because then that may or may not qualify according to Chad's rules at the intro here.
Oh,
So
that's
you gotta be
true.
careful.
well,
I didn't say anything.
it's
Sorry.
an added, like I said, they blur the lines here quite a bit. So it's all kind of fuzzy in my opinion. Because
Yeah.
like, is Geyser Point a bar? Is it a quick serve counter? Is it a
Yep.
it's blurred, okay? So yeah, because even Off the Hook is, that is a sit down bar as well. So, but it's still blurry because it's a pool bar that you can walk up and just get a to go order, which I did several times.
That works.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So, okay. And so let's come in back in and start to see what some of everybody else is saying here. And so somebody's just saying awesome service for wherever we did. And Justin is saying his top 3 would be Geyser Point, Primo, Piata, Gasparilla Girl, honorable mention to Captain Cooks. And yeah, we're trying to focus on the resorts, top 3 resorts, because it gets really blurry between like Geyser Point and Roaring Fork. Okay. So yeah. But for Gina, she says it's Wilderness Lodge as well, spoken like a true Copper Creek owner. Judy P, another vote for Wilderness Lodge. And then, so Alani is the best, then Grand Cal. And so then she said she's got 3rd for Wilderness. And Jake is saying Captain Cook's, Gasparilla, and the Mara. So he's going Poly, Grand Flow, Animal Kingdom. Okay. And Ron says in no particular order, Grand Flow, Poly, Copper Creek. So that's the
hard part of the challenge. How do you put them in order? How do you pick that first one? Because there's so many good options, right? You guys,
yeah,
you gotta stick your neck out and say, no, I'm putting this one above. It's not an easy call.
I'll try answering that because so my number 2 is Polly because A, you've got the Dole Whip stand right there. Okay. B, pork nachos. Okay. I could have just said pork nachos and mic dropped. Like right there.
Okay, wait, one more time. What was it, Chad?
The pork nachos? Was that what you were saying?
Yeah, pork nachos. Mic drop. What's wrong with her? Like, she must be choking on something here. Do we need to call 911 for you, Marianne? Like, so, but I mean,
I've never seen
flatbreads are really good there too.
I've never seen such a strong visceral response to nachos.
So the time that Captain Cook's was closed, do you remember that? And we arrived like just as they were changing shifts. This was a really, I'll try and condense the story. But essentially that night, Ohana became our quick service because we were so desperate for food that the food and beverage manager took pity on us.
It was the only time in all the various trips that we've had what could be seen as a negative service,
a non-magical moment
at Disney in the restaurants, and we showed up exhausted and they were changing the menu, and it was like a Michael Douglas falling down moment. We're changing the menu so we can't serve you, and I almost sat there with my briefcase and almost lost it on the clerk. And unreal, they refused to serve us.
So we went upstairs to Ohana to see if we could get takeout because they were doing the room service. And finally, they put together like 2 giant bagfuls of food for us. And then the food and beverage manager said, "Don't worry about it. We've got you." Okay. It's just like,
so that became quick service for us
that night.
Yeah, I guess that did become quick service there as well. So okay, so Polly's my number 2. Sandy, what do you got for number 2 here?
It was actually my number 2, Chad. We need to stop doing this.
Hey, great minds think alike.
So I'm gonna make my number 2 Animal Kingdom. I'm gonna, because it was so close for me to make it run. Yeah, exactly.
You just made it your number 1 though.
No, Alani's number 1. For sure.
Okay.
No, there's no doubt. But so the close second is Animal Kingdom. Yeah, I'm gonna go Animal Kingdom.
I'll go with my next option then. My next option is actually Vero. I really, really like Vero because why are you making a face like that?
No, that sounds good.
Like I don't know anybody who talks high of wind and waves. Like it's just
But the market is really good. That's the thing. So like most people don't like the sit down restaurant, and granted, it's way better for breakfast than it is for any other meal of the day.
Mm.
But the actual like lunch counter that you can get there, they'll concoct an entire salad for you.
Okay.
Like you just pick
it's the
whatever you
one
want.
resort I haven't been to, so I will put it to the test this July.
Mhm.
I'm
But
about 6
really
weeks away from
yummy.
that.
You can get your own sandwiches made. Like there's a lot of options.
Yeah,
It's
I
good.
mean, there's some options there that are more on the fresh side, which will help
yeah,
too.
that's
right?
what I
So-
like.
Okay.
But you can also just get the burger by the pool. So
Mhm.
that's
Okay,
nice.
so Thomas, I will give you zebra domes over at that you can pick up through the Mara. Okay, I will definitely give you the zebra domes there. Other
You
than
don't
that,
Oh
I'm
no, I
like,
tried them.
He,
and-
he doesn't like them.
I'm gonna do. Hold on. So my face to the zebra domes is very similar to the
To
pork
Marianne's
nacho
pork
reaction.
nachos.
Yeah, just
It's like,
couldn't,
no,
can't do
You
it.
can't make me eat them.
I'm giving you a gift here, man. Take it,
can't do it,
take it.
can't do it.
He
So
can't. He
No, I
doesn't
can't
like
eat
them.
those. They're terrible.
they're chocolate, dude. They're like, how can chocolate be terrible? I'm even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. Okay,
he
like
doesn't like them because they're like moosey, and he's not a moosey guy.
okay. Marianne, what's your number 2 here?
Well, I think I've made my opinion about the poly very, very strongly,
How
haven't
can
I?
you do that to Dole Whips? But
I don't know.
Anyway, and it'll be y'all are just gonna think I'm crazy. It's just gonna be one of those days. But I really think that Saratoga Springs quick service isn't that bad.
Isn't
Y'all,
that bad?
it is not.
yeah,
Y'all are gonna be all over me.
we're asking
I-
for the best, and you're coming out with
No,
it. Isn't that
no,
bad?
because like there are choices, and I like the flatbreads, and you know what I really like is the Saratoga chips and the buffalo chicken dip.
Oh, that does
I
sound good.
could eat
Okay.
that buffalo chicken dip for every meal while I was at Disney World. And
Ooh.
again, Chip and Dale's downstairs below, but in the clubhouse area of the golf course.
With your cheap beer and hot dog?
Cheap beer, and their sandwiches are really good.
Yes, Willie was telling us about that the other day.
The sandwiches are really good, and they're cheaper down there. Come on, people, you know me. I'm all about the cheap beer and the making it a deal. So
All I got was one of the breakfast sandwiches while going golfing, so it was good,
He
but
liked it.
not enough for me to rank it like in a number 2 position.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that buffalo chicken dip with the Saratoga chips.
Now,
Mm.
I will give Saratoga
that'll do
this
it
as
right
well.
there. That'll do it.
Back when
Artist
Tables
point,
in
yep.
Wonderland was a thing,
And-
they had my heart, okay? Because they gave, between the annual pass and Tables in Wonderland, you got 20% off of anything in their little store there. Whether it be merch, food, alcohol, whatever, you got 20% off. And that
That's
was
cool.
just awesome. So they will forever have a special spot in my heart for those days. Okay. I will give you that. Let's pick up a couple more listener comments here as well. And
It's clearly very polarizing.
I know.
it really is. It really is. And
But hold on, wait. Before we get into the comments, I'm curious. So, Marianne, other than the pork nachos, does Polly still deserve like an honorable mention, or is it
I'll
just the
have a
pork
chance.
nachos?
I'm going to have a chance to. No, I'm going to have a chance to talk about the poly here in a minute because it's going to be on my list coming up. So
them there's fighting words.
I was gonna say, I was gonna quote you on that. You commented that in one of the threads the other day. I was like, then there's fighting words. And that's
we'll get there.
I'm telling you, because those meatballs at the Poly, like the Thai meatballs, awesomeness.
He's at it again.
The chicken wings there, awesomeness as well.
No,
Back
for
before
real.
COVID, they had
No, but the
a
meat-
really awesome
the meat
salmon
is
and
delicious.
edamame dish at the Poly at
Have you-
Captain
Have you
Cook's.
said anything that my kid will eat? Not a single thing. Well, we'll get to it.
Yes.
We'll get to it.
Hey man, your kids got to evolve their palate here. Is all I'm saying. But
Edamame. How do you go wrong with edamame? It's
don't
like
know.
beans
Like,
and
it's
salt
like-
and chili flakes.
yeah, it's-
There's the magic words, chili flakes.
Anyways, some people that are talking some sense here is Mr. Dan Clamert saying hard to argue with Alani and Wilderness Lodge is right up there. Geyser Point and Roaring Fork are outstanding. And then Jake said, we really enjoyed Ulu Cafe, ate
Mhm.
there at least once every day when they were there. And Justin says, I refuse to follow your arbitrary and capricious administrative guidelines. I gotta love the attorneys in the crowd, right? Jake is saying Grand Flow and Poly is almost like one combined because you can walk between the two in monorail. Yeah, they are pretty close. I will give you that one. And then Steve Peterson throwing a huge vote out there for Primo Piatto and La
Le Petit
Petite.
Café.
There you go.
There's a slight typo in that. There's no trailing E on Pizzi, but that's a detail.
Okay. Maybe he did the Americano version of that, right? So
That's the one.
either way, you
Okay.
have to give it to Riviera for having a coffee bar there. I think that is an honorable mention with all of the pastries and all of that goes with it.
Do the croissants have the right crunch?
Yeah. Oh,
Nice
that's a
sound.
big question.
They were tasty. Everything I've
Were
had
they
there has
better?
been really tasty, like can almost hang with Starbucks level of awesomeness. So that's where I'm going to rank them.
Oh, hold on. What? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the pork nachos face here. Hold on. Does Starbucks have anything to do with a proper French cafe?
It's because it's quick service. Like you could breakfast for a latte. Okay. It's yes, you could have done it. So
Let's
Anyways,
make our,
moving on.
our Marianne faces.
Dan's
No,
chiming back in, backing us up here on Polly with Cooks. Yes, he's Team Polly. Thank you, Dan, for Dole Whips to Pool Bar, Wilderness Lodge, and then he is right there with Steve with Riviera in his top 3. And then Justin saying the Pool Bar at Riviera has decent chicken wings and a charcuterie board.
Oh, that's nice.
Two things that don't feel like that should be
Should be
eaten
in a
by the side of a
pool.
pool, like chicken wings and.
Jump in the pool, kids.
Oh, my fingers are sticky. Oh, just rinse them in the
What about a
water.
Monte Cristo? You used to be able to get that there. That was on the menu when they first opened. And
That charcuterie board. Nice hot sun by the pool.
With the cheese.
You know, all your cheese getting all
so Dan's
juicy.
here. Dan's giving you a little bit of props. He's like an honorable mention for Vero's Market was pretty good, but he can't put it in the top 3 personally.
And they have Dole Whip there,
And-
Chad. They have Dole Whip at the market.
Do they?
Yeah, they
Why do I
do.
not remember that?
Because
Okay.
you're
I'll-
never the one who goes to get the Dole Whip.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. And Gina is saying that her worst isn't Saratoga. So Kathy saying this is easy, but Polly, Wilderness, and Saratoga for that big cupcake case. I will give them the cupcake case. That is a very honorable mention there as well for Saratoga. And then Piano
Meat?
Man, Polly number
Meatballs are
1,
great.
the meatballs. Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
They're
yes.
so good.
Absolutely.
They're
It's,
so
it's difficult to
good.
do a proper meatball with a nice sauce and rice.
Yes, and rice. Yes. Okay, so we're caught up with the comments here, and I guess we're ready to go to number 3 then. What do you guys got for me?
You go first.
No, go ahead.
My number 3. Sorry, while I lose my voice. My number 3 would be Gasparilla Grill. I actually
Okay.
like the mac and cheese there.
So you're going with Grand Flow, which there was a point in time pre-COVID I would have ranked Gasparilla Grill number 1.
Really?
Yeah, they just had a bigger, broader menu there, and they were 24/7.
Yes,
So-
the 24/7. That was really convenient.
Yeah. So I'm not putting it in my bottom 3, but not there. So okay.
I guess my third would be the Polly
Oh yeah, because you're
because I'm out of order.
Okay.
You're out of order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which has
Marianne.
been apparently we're going to continue to discuss very soon. If discuss is even a word to describe what's about to come next.
Oh. Dan Kenny says it right here for breakfast. Tonga toast, mic drop.
Nothing more disgusting than Tonga toast.
Like
Oh.
your
Your
kids don't
eat
eat
French
cinnamon
toast?
bread? Like
It has crap in the middle of it. I don't like Tonga toast.
Bananas.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not. No.
Okay, moving on.
So, like-
Continue. I'm so
so-
confused.
Like if you make pancakes and you put chocolate chips in them, do the kids freak out because there's something in the middle of the pancake? Or
No, they like chocolate chip.
yeah, chocolate chips.
I
Okay,
like
okay. So a chocolate variation
Of
on
Tonga
the Tonga
toast would be fine.
Would that? All right.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
You
That'd
have some
be
trust with
interesting
me?
to see. That'd be interesting to see.
I'm sure we can win you over.
I don't know though. I'm not a big Tonga toast girl. I'm just not.
Okay.
So yeah.
Marianne, what was your number 3 again?
Riviera.
Riviera.
Mm.
Okay.
I really
I'm giving
those fries at Riviera, those
the truffle fries are
fries.
life changing.
Mm.
Yeah, those are good.
They are.
Those
Yeah,
are
the
like
burger at
fancy
Bar
restaurant
Riva.
kind
Yeah.
of fries. So yeah, and there's
Yeah.
lots of interesting, more adult choices at Riviera. So, if I was going without the people.
Now wait a minute. You're voting with people for 1 and 2, and
I
number
know.
3. You're
Number
switching
two
it
is
up.
for-
I'm sure that I can make them eat on that one because they'd eat truffle fries. So it'd be okay.
Okay. Okay.
It'd be okay.
As a,
Bill,
just
hold
if you
on. They'll
not,
eat truffle fries?
no,
I
but it's
think
because
they
she's
will.
not saying it's truffle fries. It's just
Yeah,
seasoned fries.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
she's not telling them it's truffle fries.
See, I figured it out.
Oh, I gotcha.
But edamame with chili flakes on it, they see those damn chili flakes.
But chili flakes, you put that on spaghetti. You put it on pizza.
Yeah, we don't in our house.
It's
So
like when you see the chili flake shaker, you guys are like, kids are like,
my kids, we move it off the table.
I mean,
Okay.
it
then.
can't be worse than those Parmesan packets.
Well, I've got Wilderness Lodge as my number 3, but I do have to give like an honorable mention over to Riviera. That is like up there. That is like really up there because of those fries and the fact that you've even got the gelato there too. There's a gelato cart at Riviera. How can you like? Now it's not Dole Whip, but it's pretty notable. Okay, I'm gonna say that.
Some of us prefer gelato to Dole Whip.
Okay.
Well,
Some
not
of us
you, 'cause
prefer
you're lactose
gelato to
intolerant.
Dole Whip. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to
Yeah.
the
Okay. And picking up these comments here. So Jake is saying the mac and cheese at Gasparilla is excellent. I like to purchase the night before and warm up the next morning, 2 a.m. for my races. That's a really good point. And
That's
Jake
a
saying,
lot of good tips right there.
Marianne, he's with you on the Tonga toast, not appealing.
So
Justin
good.
saying, build your own salad at Gasparillas are great. Flatbeds are better than average. The caprese sandwich is also worth mentioning if you like that kind of thing, i.e., you're not Marianne.
Aw.
So, hold on. A caprese salad is basil, fresh tomatoes, and you got some bufala, or so maybe you go for a mozzarella. It's pretty standard cheese. It's safe.
Yeah.
It's cheese and tomatoes.
Little
Yeah.
balsamic.
Mm.
Mhm.
Somebody on Facebook, Polly has to be number 1. I think if you were just going by pure menu items alone, it would have to be Polly because it's just got so many home runs there at Captain Cook's. But Courtney says her kids will eat truffle fries too. They were so grossed out when I explained it after. And then Amy is saying she learned that she learned about Geyser Point from the show and loved it. And now she's going to check out Captain Cook's and Roaring Fork. So that is
There you
awesome. That is
go.
why we do this.
So no
To
one's
give you
rushing off
guys-
to the Mara to try the falafel.
Yeah.
Or Chippendales.
So, okay.
Hey, I'm at Chippendales every Friday. I mean,
Yeah, Gina's now giving us the signal. It's time to move on.
moving on.
So, bottom 3 quick
That
service
note.
resorts.
Oh
So-
man.
Well, we know who we're starting with. I mean,
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
start with
just let
Marianne on
Marianne
this.
start this one off.
of course.
My number 1, very number 1 bottom. I have 3 that are just going to get me into trouble all over the place.
All right, let's go
My
for it.
number 1 is Animal Kingdom Lodge, not Jumbo Kidani, because I think that setup is just terrible and sucky, and that you would actually have
Yeah,
to
it really
leave
is.
during
Yeah.
normal times. You would have to leave Kidani to get quick service. Is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty silly.
Fair point.
Sorry.
It's
The pool bar does have offerings, but not.
it's microwaved. It's like it's
You don't
it's
want
not-
you don't want to have to go to the pool to get in the pouring down rain to
Mhm.
get
Food.
food.
I think we're gonna see.
They need to fix that situation, honestly. Like I feel like it's
I think we're gonna see a theme here that comes up in this, and yeah,
Uh-huh.
the pouring down rain and outside is definitely going to be a recurring theme. So
Yep.
I will
Fair.
tell you, at least it's the same somewhat of resort with the Mara over there. My absolute worst one is Hilton Head because you got next to nothing. You got a little tiny walk-up window that's
That's true.
outside and it's not even attached to any kind of building other than the pool.
there's two.
Yeah. Oh, you've also got Signals. You got Tide Me Over there at the resort and Signals out there at the pool ocean thing.
At the beach house.
Yeah, at the beach house, which I'm glad they at least have something there, but I'm like, it's all outside. There's no good place to sit. There's no really good cover. There's no nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
The beach house isn't that bad actually. There's indoor seating and there's like
Yeah, I mean,
a little bit of covered
depending
outdoor
on
seating.
what you ordered, you could go into, I mean, the lounge area with all like the nautical and
Yeah,
the
that's
boat
true, too.
models. I mean,
see, all
there's
that
a-
was down for refurb when I was there.
Oh, well, that's fine.
There's a pretty
Yeah.
cool club
There's a
lounge
nice
kind
little
of
club lounge.
area, but like hyper air conditioned. So
Yeah.
if you're wet at all, like you're gonna freeze due to
Yeah.
frostbite.
And then they have the snow cones there, the Mickey
Hmm.
snow cones.
I mean, if it wasn't,
I
for
do have
that-
Mickey snow cones there. I will
yeah,
give them
the
that.
Mickey snow
which
cones
is-
our kids
The-
like. That was
The
fun.
menu though at the beach house was very like standard, like nothing
Yeah,
healthy.
we didn't
we
go
didn't
for it.
end up eating there. We ended up getting the kids a snow cone.
Except for
and
the
then-
snow cones, of
yeah.
course. Because how do you not do the giant kid head shot
Mhm.
style
Got it.
Yeah,
snow cone?
Mickey.
But yeah, no, I agree. And general options, it's in my
Bottom.
bottom three for sure.
Definitely.
Okay, so you guys are Team Hilton Head for a bottom three,
Mhm.
right?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I wish they're not.
I
to be.
wish that it was better. Like they need to have healthier options.
There's so
is
much.
basically
I mean,
what it
there's so
boils
much
down to.
good low country eating around there too. You'd think something could be borrowed over a little bit, get
Now,
you a little
I
taste.
think that's why it's not so good.
I guess no one
because
eats there.
No one eats there.
And I have heard that they would not let Disney put in a restaurant there because they didn't want to pull money away from the locals
I can see
that
that.
were
can see that.
established. So they weren't allowed to put in a like a table service restaurant of any kind.
It would be really nice
So-
if they could have a table service restaurant there because they have the nice little veranda. It could be covered. You could have like
Was
your.
it like the Marriott or
your-
the complex right across the water has a giant one? It's
Yeah, that's
super
true.
crowded.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some decent places right around the boats.
Walking
you know.
distance too.
You gotta-
And if
you
you're
gotta
willing
hit
to
the bridge
drive,
and
if you're
go,
willing
but-
to drive 5 minutes, I mean, there's so many good options.
Yeah.
So much good eating.
Okay, so Hilton Head's there, and okay, Marianne, what's your next bottom three here?
Well, going with my theme and pouring down rain
Uh-oh.
and having to get food for my family at the boardwalk.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
with you. My number.
Holy
that's my number.
cow.
Yes.
Holy
Oh.
cow. Not only is there nothing in the boardwalk bakery that's
So
worth
weird.
buying, and
Three
the
sandwiches.
pizza-
That's it.
the pizza is
So weird.
at the pizza window is super slow because it's the only option that there is,
Mm-hmm.
and it's super crap pizza. It's not good pizza. And I mean, good lord. I mean, do you know why I had to put Animal Kingdom is worse than this? Animal Kingdom doesn't have a current plan to fix it. At least at Boardwalk, I think they're trying to at least fix it with
Yeah,
the
I heard that as
ESPN
well.
thing,
Mhm.
taking ESPN out and creating something new. But you know, and that's I get it. You're at the back door of Epcot. I get it.
But when your kids are hungry at night and you need to get them
Yeah.
something to eat and you don't have a park ticket,
Or
Yeah.
you take the bus, you get back, and you know,
And at
You
9
need to-
o'clock at night, the little booths were all shut down out there.
it's silly.
And your flight comes in and your flight comes in, your kids are starving and there's nothing to feed them.
That happened to
I
us
mean,
back in January. Yeah.
because even the
We had
store
Uber Eats.
to buy
Yeah.
stuff is outside on the
Mhm.
boardwalk and has nothing. Like it wasn't open.
Yep.
I
yep,
mean,
100%.
I love the boardwalk. Don't get me wrong. We really loved staying there. But the quick service food thing is
And then
so.
mug refills, or you're
Yep,
walking 5
boardwalk.
miles to get anything there. You're walking 5 miles at Kadani too. So let's be honest.
Mhm.
Or over at Animal Kingdom. You're
I
just
wish they could put more of those stations in, like,
And that's
Animal
just-
Kingdom especially, because to have to walk down to the Mara every
right.
time you want to refill, like,
all right, I love Animal Kingdom, but I am going to put an honorable mention for the bottom three just
Just
for the
for the
mug
mug
refill
refills.
situated at Animal Kingdom. That complex is
Yeah.
so big, and if you get stuck with one of the end rooms,
Yep.
which
Which
we
we
have,
did.
Mhm.
I was measuring it with Map My Run on my phone, to see like how far am I walking to this thing. And then you sit. The worst case is that you sit on it. And by the time I got
By
to
the
the
time you
room,
get
it
back
was
to the room, there's
empty.
none left for the person who's in the room.
I'm like,
ah.
come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They need more stations throughout that
Okay.
resort.
Okay, so what's next on our list here?
Oh, we lost Marianne. Okay, so what's next on our list? Oh, Contempo Cafe.
Really?
Oh, it's gross.
Not
And
raising
like,
an eyebrow at that one because
I don't think they've ever gotten our order right. Not a single time. We've eaten there 3 times probably at this point.
always such a mess.
It's always wrong. It's never what we've ordered. Like, I don't get it.
to me
I don't
it
get
was just run of the mill Disney quick service with nothing special
it's just
over at
ordinary.
Contempo.
There's nothing interesting about it. There's such an opportunity, especially at that location, to make something fun and interesting and like fusion, the way that California Grill is fusion, like
Yeah.
be inventful with your
They
quick
do
service.
You have a really good coffee bar down there in the lobby. So
Okay, but
I mean, the coffee bars are not all that prevalent in DVC. So I'm
I guess.
coming back in and kind of looking at that as well. So we'll welcome Marianne back after a little technical glitch here. So hey, Marianne.
Nope.
Nope.
There you are. There you are.
Guess not.
Hi.
It's a live show. It is what it is.
Let me just give my Polly thing. Let me just give my Polly thing so that I can, just in case my internet bails on me again.
We'll
So
hear you out.
This is
but-
the deal.
La, la,
At
la,
the
la, la, la.
Polynesian, the Polynesian should have fantastic customer service, right? It's on the monorail. We should not have the customer service experience every time we've had it at Captain Cook's. Every single time our customer service has been in the toilet at
That's funny
Captain
'cause
Cook's.
That's
we
funny
just
I
because
don't
that's
care
what
how
we
good
just
the food
said.
is there.
Oh no.
Oh, see, it's because of my Polly hate.
That's it. That is
That's it.
it.
You got
My
censored.
Polly hate.
That is it. The internet gods are censoring you appropriately.
Exactly.
I
Okay,
agree
but-
with
but
that
hold
service
on.
though,
If-
Marianne. We had bad service as well.
On the
Terrible customer service.
if we're separating service from food,
So-
right? So the experience of eating in the
It's-
establishment versus the food items themselves, 2 very different things. Because I'm going to agree with you that
I
if
think
the
it
ser-
all is a part. It's all a part of it for me.
Yeah.
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 Good point.
I'm
Good
not
point.
gonna
We
lie.
had a horrible experience with the cast members there as well.
And
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
why we ended up going up to Ohana.
Yeah. Okay. Point well made there.
Yeah.
Point well made there. But I think the food is awesome.
Yeah.
When you do get it and it does come.
But you also barfed
appropriately.
at the nachos and the tonga toast and
The food. So,
Yeah.
the meatballs, which are somehow unacceptable.
they're
Okay. So
delicious.
we've got her Poly one there. And so mine, we're talking Hilton Head. We're talking Vero Beach. Nothing there looks good to me. Now, I haven't been there
Have you
yet.
eaten there?
I have not been there
You're
yet.
not allowed
so
voting for that one if you haven't eaten there, Chad. Scratch it from your list.
I've done the
I'm gonna
research.
veto this
I've
one.
like,
There is a
I'm
bar right
vetoing
next to
this
you.
one.
You got the
You need-
market. you
yeah,
got
the
a
bar's
bar.
right there. Like
Just get the pool.
yeah.
great.
I'm like,
Dole Whip.
And if we're gonna go service at Vero is fantastic.
Yeah, service is amazing.
And if we're gonna go with the hike that was brought up for, like, let's say the Animal Kingdom Lodge Kidani situation,
everything's right there.
you're right there. You have nowhere to go. It's super close.
okay, well,
It really
in
works.
that case, if
And I'm
I'm not
vetoing
allowed,
your vote because you haven't eaten there.
if I'm not allowed to go there,
No,
I'm
go
gonna
to-
have to go.
Next
Beach Club
option. Let's
next.
go. You're not allowed that
Beach
one.
Club.
Yeah.
Beach Club.
That little marketplace, I feel like I'm getting 7-Eleven type food. Okay. Like it's like, give me a real restaurant with a real kitchen and
Yeah.
not like 7-Eleven mini cafe bar kind of a deal here. It's like borderline food trucky. Okay.
Like the hot dog sausages on the rollers just sitting there under the lights, or
Gross.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm like, they're like one step above a taquito. Okay. Like,
I'm
and they had the Coke machines where you could do all the mixing flavors in them.
Mhm.
And then due to COVID, they
never-
ripped them all out and put in the standard machines. And I'm like, why did you downgrade that? So you just lost more points from me.
Yeah, no, that's unfortunate.
Easier to clean, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, how
that
is
seems
that?
weird.
Yeah.
How's that somehow
The screen.
less
That seems like
COVID
that's easier to clean.
than everyone, fiddling with the nozzles?
The nozzles. That seems odd.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a curious thing to have to take back.
I'm gonna have to agree with Marianne on the boardwalk for similar reasons, and I did not like the pizza at all. Not
Yeah, I
liking
haven't
it.
tried the pizza there because every time I ask, I'm like, come back in an hour and 15 minutes for your slice of pizza.
Oh.
No, thank you. Like,
Yeah, that's a deal. That's a deal breaker. You can Uber eat the pie faster than that, but you wouldn't want to have to. But crying out loud.
yeah,
It's gonna
you really could. And yeah, no thanks.
I feel like they need to have longer opening hours at all of the establishments at this point in time with the number of people that they have going in and out of the resorts at this point. I don't know if everybody's feeling like that with the quick service restaurants.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, we would like some really good earlier hours, some options here, something along those lines. I completely get it.
Yeah.
Let's come back into some of the listener comments here as well. And so Gina saying Boardwalk is the worst. No, nothing. It might be better after they retheme the ESPN. And Gina was with me there the other night when I'm like starving, didn't get anything. Like I got a sandwich and I'm like, it wasn't even anything special. And Jake is saying Old Key West and SSR aren't his favorites for quick service. SSR has an easy alternative of just walking to Disney Springs.
That's true.
Goods to go, just standard, basic burgers and all that. Even
the chicken
Turtle
fingers are
Shack.
okay.
I mean, it's hard to mess up chicken fingers. Like
that's all generic and like I don't know. Sometimes those burgers and chicken fingers just yeah, no.
We tend to be a little bit more foodie and more ethnic in our we're
Bit
a little
more
bit more
diverse.
difficult with our palate.
Yeah,
in a different way.
Yeah. Courtney, Virginia says Boardwalk, the refills are rough. You have to go outside. There's nothing easy for breakfast. And Justin is with me on the Beach Club hate here. Very limited offer. And Boardwalk is all outdoors. Not that great. Kidani isn't all that great either. So, yeah. And then Ron saying in no particular order, Animal Kingdom, Beach Club, Boardwalk. That seems to be kind of the consensus here. And Kathy saying in no particular order as well. Hilton had Boardwalk, Kidani. And if you're a Boardwalk or Beach Club, DoorDash is your friend. It shouldn't have to be, though.
Shouldn't have to be, exactly. You're right.
Yeah. And Patricia's just saying, thank goodness we were pixie dusted with an upgrade to club level because Boardwalk was not good at all for her ladies retreat trip. But if you can get club level and that's open there, that would be absolutely 100%.
I wish they had like DVC rooms that had that option at more of the resorts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's supposed to work.
Or the ability to pay cash to up, for a club level
that
add-on.
I like Copper Creek for a little while, didn't they?
Yeah, but they weren't putting us in with the main guest that had, what is it, the Old Faithful Club over at Wilderness Lodge. They tried their own standalone one for us, and there just wasn't a market for it. And then they tried to say, well, everybody else from every other resort can come here too. No one's resort hopping to come to a club level. Like
no one.
Yeah, we want our food there. And Ron says 100% agree on extending hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then Just is saying they should just get rid of Cape May Cafe and replace it with some, New England fried seafood quick options. Yeah.
That's actually a good idea. I think people will go for like fried clams and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, work it.
Like a good fish burger, like really like, or fish and chips or something like that versus the crab legs that stink up the whole shebang.
Yeah, you think they'd go a bit more themey.
Marianne is now like hitting us on Facebook and YouTube. So see that thing we shouldn't have to pay for DoorDash. And then Jake, Tonga toast sucks. And
Jake, I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
No. It's Mary.
Okay, it's Marianne. Okay.
Right, Tracy.
But I will always be friends with her, Marianne, so that's fine.
Yeah, we love Marianne, even though she pukes on our Polly.
Our
So
Polly.
I'm like, hey, I think we might have to sneak her some food next time she's here from the Polly and like kind of like film it or something and
Like
do
do a
something.
blind taste
Blind
test, you
taste
know?
test.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, there we go. There we go. And then we can see if she does I guess she's listening to us live or now, so maybe
She
we
is.
should be talking about our evil plans here. But
What's on these edamame? Are these chili flakes?
this is not the show you're listening to, Marianne.
Great ideas for the meetup. Great ideas.
These are not the meatballs you are looking for.
Anyways, that pretty much wraps up our show for tonight, guys. I think we've kind of hit all of these resorts and restaurants and had a really good discussion and kind of some fun chat. And
I think there's a pretty good consensus, right, on the bottom three and the top three.
I think so too.
yeah,
And I think in the top
there's-
three, if you've been to Alani, there's no doubt
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
sort of bumps everything else.
Yeah,
And-
and that's because that's all they have there. Okay, there's no theme park, there's no additional resorts. They've had to play all their aces at one place.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here you've got 50 million different options and restaurants and great things all around you in Walt Disney World. So
Exactly.
Alani, they got to play all their aces in one hand, and I think that's exactly what they did there.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan says, I feel like Boardwalk should have better options in resorts. Yeah, we're in 100% agreement with that. And then Mike Daughtery says, I'm down. He loves me some Polly. And Mike's Daughtery actually used to work there as well.
Oh,
So,
there you go.
yeah, absolutely there. And we'll just leave on this one last comment. Marianne just had to get one more
Last
of these
word.
in here. And Nick is saying, bring back the Monte Cristo at Riviera and pre-COVID menu depth at all quick service. And we're just going to leave on this final comment from Marianne here. She just, if she can't be here to do it on air, she's just going to come back in and type it in the chat.
Goodness, Marianne.
But that's why we love Marianne.
We love her anyways.
Anyways, guys, thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next week and next Sunday night with some more fun discussions. Unless is next Sunday night Memorial Day? Maybe we aren't. So
The 5th. The 5th, I
Yes.
think you're having the guys show.
yes, we are going to, yes, on the 5th, we're going to talk about the manliest things that you can do at Walt Disney World in celebration and preparation for Father's Day weekend that's coming up. So we will be dark next weekend, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in and give a huge shout out of thanks as well to all of our sponsors, DVC Resale Market, DVC Rental Store, Monera Financial, and of course, all of our lovely Patreons as well. Thank you so much for your support. We'll be back next week in 2 weeks, guys, and have a great night.
Bye. Happy Victoria Day to all the Canadians out there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.